Part 1: The Celestial Echo. The cold void of space stretched in every direction as our ship, the Nightfall's edge, sliced through the darkness. A battered freighter with a taste for rebellion, she wasn't pretty, but she was mine. The usual hum of the engines was my lullaby. Tonight, however, sleep evaded me. "Captain Kane, you want to check this out." A voice crackled over the comm. It was Jensen, our navigator and resident skeptic. His voice carried the kind of unease you don't ignore. I tapped the console to bring up the data feed. There it was, the Echo, a swirling mass of cosmic energy suspended between dimensions. A phenomenon that defied all known physics. It was rumored to whisper impossible secrets to those who dared to listen. We'd been tracking it for weeks, but it always seemed one step ahead, like a phantom evading the grasp of reality. "Jensen, patch it through to the main display," I instructed, my curiosity outweighing my caution. The screen flickered, revealing a vivid spiral of light, an aurora of impossible colors. A strange beauty that tugged at the soul, promising knowledge and madness in equal measure. I couldn't shake the feeling that it was watching us. "Boss, you sure about this?" came a voice from behind. It was Mal, our mechanic and self-proclaimed voice of reason. Her skepticism was rivaled only by her talent for keeping the ship's engines running against all odds. "Not even remotely," I admitted, "but when's the last time we saw something this alive?" Mal grunted in agreement, her eyes glued to the display. Jensen was already running calculations, his fingers a blur across the controls. "There's a gravitational anomaly near the center," he reported. "If we get too close, it might rip us apart like a tin can," Mal finished for him, crossing her arms. "So naturally, we're heading straight for it." "Naturally," I said with a grin. The thrill of the unknown had a way of intoxicating me. Besides, there was a sense of destiny about the Echo, a feeling that I'd been chasing it for far longer than the weeks we'd spent on its trail. We inched closer, the ship trembling slightly as unseen forces played against its hull. The lights in the cabin flickered, casting eerie shadows that skittered like phantoms. It felt as though the Echo was calling out, a forgotten melody on the edge of hearing. "Captain, there's something else," Jensen said, breaking the trance. "I'm picking up a signal definitely not human." "Can you isolate it?" I asked, leaning forward in my seat. He nodded, tapping a few keys. The airwaves filled with an intricate symphony of clicks and trills, a communication from an alien species unknown to human ears. "That's new," Mal commented, her eyes wide with wonder. Jensen adjusted the frequency, trying to decode the message. Each note seemed to resonate with the essence of the Echo, an impossible language woven into the fabric of space. I listened, hoping for understanding, but all it gave was a sense of profound longing. "We've got company," Mal interrupted, pointing at the radar. 3 unidentified ships materialized from the shadows, sleek and ominous, their design unlike anything I'd seen before. They glided through space with the predatory grace of wolves on the hunt. "Defensive systems online," I ordered, my heart pounding. "Let's see what they want." The lead ship emitted a beam of light, scanning us briefly before retreating into formation. We waited, tensed for the worst. Instead, the ships held their distance, circling us like curious sharks beneath the waves. "Maybe they're just curious," Jensen suggested. "Or deciding the best way to turn us into space debris," Mal countered, her sarcasm a comforting constant. Then, without warning, one of the alien ships accelerated towards us, its intentions clear. I barely had time to shout a warning before it slammed into our side. The impact sent us spinning, alarms blaring as we fought for control. "Brace for impact," I yelled, gripping the edge of my seat as the ship shuddered violently. Panels sparked and the air filled with the acrid smell of burnt circuitry. The alien vessel stuck like a leech, intent on breaching our hull. I could hear Mal cursing, her voice a steady stream of creative invectives as she fought to stabilize systems. "Jensen, get us out of here," I commanded, trying to keep panic from creeping into my voice. "I'm trying, Captain," he shot back, hands flying over the controls. With a wrenching groan, the Nightfall's edge lurched towards the Echo, its gravitational pull now a desperate ally as we broke free of the alien grasp. The escape came at a cost. I watched in horror as lights flickered and died, the ship's systems failing under the strain. "Mal, I need power to the engines," I said, urgency sharpening my tone. "I'm giving it all she's got, Kane," she yelled back, sweat glistening on her brow. The Echo loomed before us, an abyss of swirling light, with a despair. 8 maneuver, I guided the ship toward its center, praying its anomalies would shield us from pursuit. As we plunged into its heart, the universe seemed to peel away, folding like the pages of a book. When the chaos subsided, we found ourselves in an impossible realm. Space bent around us in ways that defied explanation, the boundaries of reality blurred and indistinct. The alien ships were gone, the Echo's embrace holding us in a silent, timeless moment. "Where are we?" Jensen asked, voice tinged with awe and fear. "Somewhere between here and nowhere," I replied, breathless with wonder. "And maybe, just maybe, exactly where we're meant to be." The Echo pulsed around us, whispering its secrets. This was only the beginning. Part 2, Echoes of the Forgotten Asterisk. We drifted within the Echo's core, time losing its grip. The swirling colors outside our viewports were more than mesmerizing. They were hypnotic, drawing from us a raw kind of introspection. It was a place where silence had a sound and the mind conversed with its deepest fears and desires. "The instruments are all over the place," Jensen muttered, his hands futilely adjusting controls. "It's like physics decided to take a smoke break." "But we're still alive," Mal retorted, an edge of defiance in her voice. "I'll take that as a win." I nodded, staring out into the cosmic ballet. The Echo's song was everywhere, a haunting harmony that tugged at the edges of consciousness. It made me wonder what lurked beyond the veil of known reality and why we had been brought here. "Jensen, any idea how we get out?" I asked, keeping the impatience from my voice with effort. "Working on it, Captain," he assured, though his furrowed brow spoke volumes. Meanwhile, Mal was on her knees, elbows deep in the ship's guts, coaxing life into the dormant circuits. Every so often she'd mutter encouragements to the ship, as if it could hear and respond. I swear, if the asterisk Nightfall's edge asterisk ever sprouted a personality, it would be because of her stubborn faith. Just then, a flurry of chirps and trills erupted from the comm console, an echo of the alien transmission we'd intercepted earlier. The language unfurled in my mind, strange yet familiar, a forgotten memory surfacing from the depths of my soul. Curiosity flared alongside a twinge of dread. I leaned over Jensen to adjust the frequency, hoping to hear more. The symphony intensified, and with it, the Echo's light brightened, bathing the cockpit in an ethereal glow. Each note was a brushstroke, painting a picture of long-lost histories, civilizations that knew the Echo far better than we ever could. The message wasn't meant for us, yet we were its audience. Suddenly, the Echo shifted. It wasn't a place but a bridge between realities, between times. A silhouette flickered in the light ahead, and I squinted, trying to make out its form. It was a ship, but unlike any I'd seen. Its structure was graceful, like the sweep of a dancer caught in a moment of perpetual motion. Captain," Mal called from behind, "we might have a bigger problem." I tore my gaze away to find the systems gradually rebooting themselves, responding to the echo's call. Power surged back through the ship, and with it, a map illuminated the starboard display. It was a star chart, but not of any known sector. The destination was marked with a pulsating beacon, a cosmic invitation we were powerless to ignore. "That's either the way out or a wild goose chase," Jensen said, skepticism lacing his voice. "But I'm beginning to think we don't have a choice." "No choice at all," I confirmed, setting a course for the unknown. The echo's pull was undeniable, and the map was more than a suggestion, it was a promise. As we surged forward, the Nightfall's edge asterisk shuddered, the echo releasing its hold. We emerged into a realm where stars glimmered in colors unseen, their light dancing across the void in a celestial waltz. There, suspended amidst the stars, was a titanic structure. It was a megastructure of unimaginable scale, an ancient colossus that dwarfed our ship like a grain of sand against a mountain. Its surface was a tapestry of alien symbols, a language etched into its very being. "That's impossible," Jensen whispered. "It shouldn't exist." "And yet it does," Mal replied, her eyes wide with awe and maybe a little fear. "Welcome to whatever this place is." The ship glided closer, and I marveled at the intricate design etched into the structure's hull. It was a story preserved in metal, a testament to a civilization long gone but not forgotten. We docked at an opening like a small pinprick in its vastness. The airlock cycled, and I led our small crew into the heart of the unknown. The interior was vast and echoing, as if the universe held its breath. Lights flickered to life at our approach, illuminating endless corridors that stretched like veins through the structure. "I feel like we're walking inside a giant puzzle," Mal said, her voice bouncing off the walls. "Then let's hope we're the right pieces," I replied, though my heart pounded with equal parts dread and anticipation. Suddenly an orb of light floated before us, pulsing gently. It vibrated with the same melody that had drawn us here. Without thinking, I reached out to touch it. A flood of images cascaded through my mind. Stars dying, civilizations rising, a universe in flux. I staggered back, breathless. "It's alive," I gasped. "This whole place, it's sentient." The realization was both terrifying and exhilarating. The megastructure was more than a relic. It was an entity, watching and waiting. "Looks like we're not just visitors," Jensen pointed out. "More like guests of honor." As we continued deeper, the walls seemed to pulse with life, guiding us. We were not alone in this colossal vessel, a fact that both thrilled and unnerved me. Somewhere, amidst the labyrinthine corridors, answers awaited. But they would not come easily. The echo had brought us here for a reason, and I couldn't shake the feeling that the real challenge was just beginning. At its heart, the megastructure held secrets that could reshape everything we knew, and I was determined to uncover them, no matter the cost. Part 3: The Heart of the Colossus. The corridors of the megastructure stretched endlessly, the air thrumming with a low, resonant hum. It felt alive, guiding us deeper into its labyrinthine belly, the ethereal light shifting and pulsing to the rhythm of our steps. We moved cautiously, each turn revealing more of the colossal enigma, the air thick with anticipation and the scent of ancient ozone. "Feels like we're being led somewhere," Mal observed, her gaze darting around as if expecting the walls to grow eyes. "No feels like about it," I agreed, keeping a steady pace. Despite the unnerving atmosphere, the megastructure's intentions didn't feel hostile. It was like being inside the beating heart of a giant, a heart that knew we were here and for reasons unfathomable welcomed us. Jensen stopped abruptly, his expression a mix of disbelief and curiosity. "Check this out," he called, pointing to a panel embedded in the wall. Strange symbols etched into its surface glowed softly, resonating with a haunting melody that seemed to vibrate within my bones. It's the language we heard over the comms, I realized, tracing a finger lightly over the symbols. They thrummed in response, a language of light and sound. Some kind of interface, maybe. Mal was already kneeling beside it, her fascination with the technology evident. If this thing can talk, we might be able to talk back, she mused, pulling out a small tool to pry open the panel. As she tinkered, the wall behind us shifted, revealing another passage. It was darker and narrower, leading down into the depths, as though the megastructure itself was inviting us to explore further. I don't like this, Jensen grumbled, peering into the shadows. I've seen enough horror flicks to know that basements never lead to anything good. Then it's a good thing we're not in a horror movie, I replied, injecting as much confidence as I could into my voice. Let's see where this rabbit hole goes. With every step, the air grew cooler, the silence more profound, until at last we emerged into a vast chamber. It was like an amphitheater, encircled by tiered balconies, each lined with consoles and displays. At its center floated a translucent sphere, its surface rippling with patterns of light. I think we've found the brain, Mal whispered, awestruck. Stepping closer, I felt the sheer complexity of the sphere's energy. It was a data repository, a cosmic library filled with the knowledge and histories of countless civilizations that the Echo had ensnared over eons. This is incredible, Jensen breathed, reaching out to the sphere. Imagine the things we could learn. Just as his fingers brushed its surface, the chamber burst into life. Holographic projections blinked into existence around us, depicting scenes from across the universe, worlds in Genesis, their skies filled with auroras, monolithic structures rising from oceans of methane, and alien species in forms and colors beyond imagination. One hologram caught my eye, a world shrouded in twilight, its landscape dominated by towering crystalline trees. Amidst them moved creatures unlike anything I'd ever seen. They were tall and elegant, their bodies composed of shifting hues, their movements a fluid dance in harmony with their environment. Their civilization must have been remarkable, Jensen murmured, entranced. I wonder what happened to them. It was a question that echoed in my mind, the fate of countless others enmeshed with the Echo's mysteries. But before I could voice my thoughts, the calm was shattered. The chamber vibrated violently, alarms blaring as the lights dimmed. An intruder alert flashed on the displays, the megastructure's tranquility disrupted by an unseen force. Someone else is here, Mal said, her expression hardening. Who'd be crazy enough to follow us here? Jensen asked, though we all knew the answer. The alien ships. They had found us and they were determined not to let us leave, not without a fight. We've got to get back to the asterisk Nightfall's edge asterisk, I said, adrenaline surging through me. This place might be sentient, but we're sitting ducks if those ships decide to blast us. We retraced our steps, the corridors now more ominous, shadows flickering as if urging us to hurry. Just as we reached the docking bay, the airlock doors slammed shut, trapping us within. The ship hummed, a low vibration that seemed to permeate every surface. Whatever intelligence governed the megastructure was reacting to the threat, its systems coming alive in defense. From the viewports, we saw the alien vessels moving in, their sleek forms slicing through the void with lethal grace. Energy weapons glowed ominously, ready to fire. We need a plan, Mal insisted, her voice tight with urgency. How about not getting vaporized? Jensen suggested, hands already working the console. I racked my brain, searching for a solution. Suddenly, inspiration struck. The chamber, the sphere, it wasn't. Just a repository, but a control center. If we could tap into it, maybe we could command the megastructure to defend itself. Back to the sphere, I decided, turning on my heel. We can use it to fight back. With no time to waste, we rushed back through the corridors, hearts pounding. The sphere awaited, its surface crackling with energy as if aware of our intent. Mal linked our systems to the sphere, and the chamber responded, the holograms shifting to tactical displays of the surrounding space. The alien ships hovered like vultures waiting to strike. "Let's give them a taste of their own medicine," I said, activating the defensive protocols with a fierce determination. The megastructure complied, its latent power surging outward in resonant waves. The alien ships hesitated, their weapons faltering under the onslaught of energy. The vessel we had dubbed the Echo was no mere artifact, it was a fortress. As the attackers reeled, we seized our chance. With the defensive systems engaged, we sprinted back to the Nightfall's edge, the airlock opening with a rush of air and hope. "We're not out of the woods yet," Jensen warned as we powered up the ship. "But at least now we have a fighting chance," I replied, taking the helm with resolve. Behind us, the megastructure loomed, its secrets still hidden beneath layers of light and sound. But for now, the story would wait. We had an escape to orchestrate, a universe to rediscover. And as the ship surged forward, plunging back into the Echo's embrace, I knew the journey had only just begun. Part 4: Reflections of Destiny. The Nightfall's edge surged through the Echo, its swirling energies cascading around us in an aurora of frenetic light and shadow. Our escape from the alien ships had been a narrow one, the megastructure's unexpected defense giving us the edge we needed to evade their clutches. Yet as we propelled forward, the sense of wonder and dread lingered, a reminder that we had only scratched the surface of the Echo's mysteries. "We're clear of immediate danger," Jensen announced, relief evident in his voice. The displays around him steadied, showing only the vast, star-speckled void beyond. "Good riddance," Mal muttered, though her eyes still held the spark of the fight. "But Kane, how do we know they won't just follow us again?" "We don't," I admitted, resting back in my chair, the adrenaline slowly ebbing. "But something tells me the Echo's not about to let them find us so easily twice." Jensen nodded, fingers dancing over the controls. "I'll keep an eye on the scans just in case." The ship's hum settled into a familiar rhythm, a gentle reassurance against the unknown ahead. The Echo had cast us out with a wealth of questions, and now our course was set by the only clue we had, a faint pulsating beacon, throbbing like a distant heartbeat. "Do we even know where this beacon is leading us?" Mal asked, arms crossed as she peered over at the star map. "To answers, I hope," I said, gesturing at the indistinct coordinates. But hope was a vague guide, and I was acutely aware of the fine line we tread between explorer and fool. The journey was peaceful at first, the Nightfall's edge, weaving silently through star systems draped in cosmic wonder. Each star passed whispered tales of epochs gone by, while nebulae sprawled in brilliant colors like the artwork of celestial giants. Then, midway to our destination, the ship systems went haywire, a cacophony of alerts filling the cabin. "What's going on?" I demanded, rising sharply. "It's the Echo," Jensen replied, his voice pitched with excitement and alarm. "Something in its proximity set off a chain reaction. It's like the whole system's alive with energy." The ship bucked and shuddered, the panels alive with dancing electrical arcs. It was as if the Echo was reaching through the void, its tendrils caressing the ship, teasing out its secrets. "We're going to be torn apart if this keeps up," Mal shouted, diving into the ship's guts to stabilize the core. Casting around for options, I saw the beacon's coordinates shift slightly, a new path emerging, a detour that led us away from the volatile energies. We follow it, I decided, steering the ship toward the new heading. Whatever the echo wanted, it seemed to be directing us somewhere specific. As we forged on, the interference relented, the ship's systems gradually returning to normalcy. The beacon's signal grew stronger, guiding us toward a lone planet nestled within a vibrant nebula, its skies painted with ribbons of ethereal color, a jewel amidst the stellar expanse. "We're here," Jensen said, his voice tinged with awe as the planet loomed before us. I maneuvered the ship down through the atmosphere, its resistance a frictional lullaby, and we touched down in a clearing amidst towering crystalline formations. Disembarking, I felt the ground pulse beneath my feet, resonating in harmony with the echo's distant song. Around us, the towering crystals shimmered like chameleons, shifting hues as they caught the light. "Incredible," Mal breathed, running her hands over the nearest formation. "This whole place is alive." Drawn onward, we walked through a forest of prisms, each step a symphony of color and sound. In the heart of the grove lay a clearing where the remnants of an ancient settlement peeked through the crystalline undergrowth. Jensen studied the structures closely. These buildings, they're from the hologram in the megastructure. I surveyed the scene, a sense of destiny washing over me. This was their world, I murmured, feeling their presence in every facet of the landscape. The echo had brought us here for a reason, and as we explored the ruins, I couldn't shake the feeling that something important awaited. We moved deeper into the village, the air humming with anticipation. Then, amidst the ruins, we found a monument, a towering spire of crystal, upon which the same symbols from the megastructure were etched in intricate spirals. Jensen was on it in an instant, deciphering the script with a fervor I hadn't seen before. "It's a story," he said, voice reverent. "A tale of their journey, of how they were once explorers like us." The symbols unfolded a narrative of discovery and loss, of a civilization that had once reached across the stars only to fall silent, their legacy woven into the echo itself. But the tale held more than history. It was a map, a guide to the echo's true heart, where the secrets of their ascension and decline lay in wait. "We have to follow it," Mal said, her eyes alight with purpose, "to the end wherever it leads." I nodded, feeling the weight of their legacy upon us. The echo was more than a mere anomaly. It was a beacon of destiny, and we were its chosen seekers. With renewed resolve, we returned to the asterisk Nightfall's edge asterisk, the path before us clear but fraught with uncertainty. The echo's pull was stronger now, a symphony we could no longer deny. For our journey had transformed from a simple adventure into a quest for truths buried in the starlight. And as we set our course for the echo's heart, I knew that whatever we found would redefine everything we thought we knew, and perhaps change our destiny forever. Part 5: The Pulse of Infinity. The heart of the echo beckoned, its call irresistible as we set course for a sector draped in velvety shadows and speckled with shards of silver starlight. The Nightfall's edge cut through the cosmic tapestry with determination, each mile bringing us closer to the answers we sought, and to the core of a mystery older than any charted star. As we traveled, an uneasy calm settled over the crew. The recent revelations weighed heavily on our minds, each of us grappling with the enormity of the discovery and our place within it. For once, even Jensen's usual stream of snark had dwindled to silence. "What's on your mind, Jensen?" I asked, breaking the quiet as we stared out at the vastness that lay ahead. He shrugged, not tearing his eyes from the swirling horizon. just wondering what'll happen if we actually find these answers. Sometimes they're more of a curse than a blessing. We won't know until we get there, I replied. But whatever we find, we've come too far to turn back now. Mal joined us, her gaze sharp and thoughtful. Do you think the echo's trying to tell us something? Or are we just following breadcrumbs left behind by those who came before? Both maybe, I said. Or neither. It's hard to say what's guiding us, the echo, fate, or just good old-fashioned curiosity. Mal chuckled softly, though her eyes were clouded with concern. I'd prefer to know which one it is before it gets us into more trouble. The ship powered on, the hum of its engines a familiar camaraderie. The path we followed was uncharted, the echo's influence guiding us into an unclaimed realm where even light feared to tread. It was here we encountered the anomaly, a rift in space, a shimmering scar that pulsed with an erratic rhythm, like the heartbeat of the universe itself. Jensen scanned it, his brow furrowed. That's no ordinary rift, it's like a tear in reality, but it's stable. I nodded, a chill creeping down my spine. The echo brought us to this, but I can't help wonder, should we enter? Mal peered at the rift, a mixture of trepidation and determination in her eyes. We didn't come all this way to turn back at the threshold. All right, I agreed, bracing myself. Let's see what lies on the other side. With a deep breath, I navigated the ship towards the anomaly, the rift widening to accept us with the fluid grace of liquid crystal. As we passed through, reality undulated, the universe shaking off its familiar cloak to reveal a realm of unparalleled strangeness. Inside the rift, the rules of physics twisted like the colors of the echo. We found ourselves in a realm devoid of stars, yet filled with light. Massive structures, organic and woven from energy itself, floated in the void, sentinels of a forgotten age. This place, Mal whispered, her voice filled with reverence. It's not just another world, it's a sanctuary. A sanctuary of knowledge, I realized. An archive of all that had been and all that was yet to come, each structure a repository of cosmic wisdom waiting to be decoded. We need to explore, Jensen asserted, his eyes alight with the thrill of discovery. There's so much we could learn. Guided by instinct, and perhaps a touch of destiny, we docked at one of the structures, its surface rippling like water under the weight of our presence. As we disembarked, the air was thick with the scent of ozone and the whisper of ancient voices. Inside, the architecture was unlike anything we had encountered, a latticework of light and shadow, corridors that defied Euclidean geometry, unfolding into spaces that seemed to exist between moments. The air thrummed with unseen energy, vibrating with the pulse of infinity itself. Feels like the echo's been preserving this place, Mal remarked, her hand trailing along the walls, feeling the hum of potential. We soon found a chamber that resonated with the familiar melody of the echo. In its center lay a device, an orb of pure light, its surface a swirling mass of colors, shifting and changing like the thoughts of the universe. The device sang in the ancient language, a chorus of voices echoing through the chamber. But this time I understood. Each note was a question, each pause an answer, an invitation to commune with the echo's heart. Jensen stood beside the orb, his face a mask of awe. If this thing really holds the key to the echo's power, we need to be careful. With that I approached, my heart racing. The echo had guided us here, and now it was offering a choice, a revelation or a warning, perhaps both. My hand trembled as it reached the orb, curiosity and caution warring within. As I touched it, a flood of visions overwhelmed me. I saw the rise and fall of civilizations, the birth of stars and their demise, the ever-turning wheel of time and space. A tale of unity and division, of knowledge sought and lost, of echoes rippling through eternity. The visions receded, leaving a singular truth etched into my conscious. Ness, the echo, was not just a phenomenon or a relic. It was a mirror, a reflection of all who dared to gaze into its depths. I stepped back, the weight of understanding settling over me. The echo was a legacy, a gift passed down through the eons, its purpose neither malevolent nor benign. It was a challenge, a call to embrace knowledge and understand the consequences. "Did you see it?" Mal asked, her voice tinged with anticipation. I nodded slowly, my mind still reeling. It's more than we could have imagined, but it's up to us, what we do with this knowledge, what we choose to become. As we returned to the Nightfall's edge, the path forward clear yet fraught with uncertainty, I knew that our journey was far from over. The echo had shown us the pulse of infinity, and now it was our turn to decide how its rhythm would shape our future. For in the vastness of space and time, we had found not just a mystery but a destiny as intricate and unpredictable as the echo itself. And in that discovery, I felt a sense of fulfillment, knowing that whatever lay ahead, we would face it together, explorers of the unknown, drawn ever onward by the call of the stars. Part 6: The Fractured Horizon. The return through the rift was like swimming against a cosmic tide, the Nightfall's edge groaning as reality snapped back to form around us. We emerged into familiar space, the stars once again a scattered congregation of distant fires, but something had shifted within all of us. The weight of the echo's revelations clung like a shadow, its melody an unending echo in our minds. Jensen busied himself with recalibrating the ship systems, his fingers deftly dancing over the controls as he attempted to tether us back to the mundane universe. Mal watched with a pensive expression, her usual repartee replaced by a contemplative silence. "Feels different out here now, doesn't it?" she mused, breaking the quiet with her observation. I nodded, understanding her sentiment. It was as though we had glimpsed the mechanism of existence and returned with the knowledge that even stars could be fragile things. The ship moved with a newfound purpose, yet our path was uncertain. The planet we had previously visited lay behind us, its secrets uncovered, but the journey forward remained nebulous, a vast expanse of possibilities. As we drifted, an unexpected signal crackled to life on the comms, a distress call, faint and fragmented, almost swallowed by the void. Jensen adjusted the frequency, coaxing clarity from the garbled transmission. "Need assistance. We are stranded. Coordinates." The signal cut out, leaving us with only a threadbare map of digits and static. "It's close," Jensen said, his voice clipped with urgency, "and sounds like they're in real trouble." Mal leaned forward, a mixture of curiosity and caution etched on her face. "Think it's a trap?" I considered the possibility but felt the pull of instinct, the same one that had led us to the echo. Only one way to find out. We altered course, the ship thrumming with anticipation as we closed in on the source of the call. The coordinates led us to a derelict ship, its once-proud hull shattered and adrift, a ghost of the cosmos left to wander eternally. It bore the scars of an encounter with something far beyond its capacity to endure. "Looks like they've been through hell," Mal observed, her voice tinged with sympathy. We docked cautiously, the airlock hissing as we crossed to the lifeless vessel. The interior was dim, emergency lights casting eerie shadows that twisted through the wreckage. A sense of desolation hung in the air, the silence almost oppressive. "Hello," I called out, my voice echoing through the corridors. Footsteps clattered on metal, followed by a figure emerging from the shadows. A survivor, their eyes wide with relief and residual fear. They wore the uniform of a researcher, a person who had once pursued knowledge and now clung to survival. "Thank you," they managed, their voice hoarse. "We thought no one was left to hear." "What happened here?" I asked, guiding the survivor back toward our ship. The researcher shook their head, the memories raw and vivid. "We were studying the echo, thought we could harness it, but it's beyond us. It fractured our systems, left us stranded. The others, they didn't make it." We exchanged a glance, the weight of their story resonating deeply. The echo's power was vast, a force that could enlighten or annihilate, indifferent to intention. "We have to dismantle the core," the researcher continued, urgency igniting in their voice. "Before it causes more harm, it's only a matter of time before it becomes unstable again." Accompanying the researcher, we returned to the derelict vessel's control room. There, a tangle of technology lay exposed, wires trailing like arteries from a pulse core suspended in the center, a mockery of the echo's own heart, pulsating with unsustainable power. "Can you shut it down?" I asked, watching as they worked with feverish intensity. "I hope so," the researcher muttered, fingers flying across the console. "It's not just power, it's alive, in a way that technology shouldn't be." As they worked, the ship's systems flickered erratically, the core's instability threatening to send the vessel into a deadly spiral. We moved quickly, each of us contributing what we could, channeling the lessons learned from our encounter with the echo. Finally, with a decisive keystroke, the core powered down, the lights steadying, the ship exhaling what felt like a breath of relief. The threat averted, we escorted the researcher back to the Nightfall's edge. "Thank you," they repeated, their gratitude a tangible weight as we prepared to undock. "We thought we understood the echo, but it's so much more. Be careful if it calls to you again." We nodded, the warning echoing our own understanding. The echo's lure was undeniable, but its true purpose remained shrouded in mystery, a shadow dancing just beyond reach. Back on course, we reflected on the encounter, the echo's influence still whispering faintly in our thoughts. For now, we were safe, but the path of discovery was fraught with peril and promise, in equal measure. As the Nightfall's edge cruised through the endless night, a new resolve crystallized within us. We were explorers, seekers of the unknown, and our journey was far from over. The echo had shown us the fragility and wonder of the universe, and we would carry its lessons with us into the starlit future, ever watchful and ever ready for the next call of the infinite. For in this vast cosmos, where echoes of destiny intertwine with the fabric of existence, the heart of adventure beats on, and we are its willing heralds. Part 7: Allegiance of Shadows. The Nightfall's edge cruised through the vast expanse, our minds still shadowed by the echo's revelations and the recent harrowing rescue. The universe seemed to hold its breath as we journeyed onward, each star a silent witness to our unfolding saga. Yet despite the calm enveloping the ship, a new tension thrummed beneath the surface, an unspoken awareness that the echo had yet to reveal all of its secrets. "Sensors are picking up something," Jensen announced, breaking the meditative quiet that had settled over us. His voice was tight, tinged with the expectation of the unexpected. I moved to his side, watching the screen as it painted a new picture. A flotilla of vessels, clustered in a distant corner of the sector, their purpose and allegiance unclear. "Who are they?" Mal asked, a note of suspicion woven into her words. Her eyes were sharp, scanning the display for any telltale signs. "Not sure," Jensen replied, adjusting the readings. "But they're carrying some serious tech. Might be scavengers, might be more researchers." The suggestion hung heavy in the air, and I weighed our options, the memory of the researcher's warning echoing in my mind. Let's get closer, I decided, steering the ship towards the flotilla. But keep the shields up, we don't know if they're friend or foe. As we approached, the ships took form, a ragtag fleet of freighters and retrofitted cruisers, their hulls marked by cosmic wear and tear. It was a fleet held together by necessity and ingenuity, each vessel a testament to survival amidst the stars. As we drew near, a message blinked to life on our comms, an invitation to parley. Suspicion mingled with curiosity, but the chance to understand their intent was too valuable to dismiss. Patch it through, I instructed, taking a breath as the face of their leader filled the screen. He was a man of indeterminate age, his eyes sparking with intelligence. Lines of experience marked his face, a map of a life spent navigating the uncharted. "Captain Kane, is it?" he greeted, his voice smooth yet authoritative. "I am Commander Zara of the Alliance of Shadows." The name resonated with a hint of recognition, a faction known for working the fringes, existing in the gray spaces where law and chaos intertwined. "What's your purpose here, Commander?" I asked, keeping my tone neutral. Zara smiled, a gesture of cautious camaraderie. "We're seekers, much like yourselves. We've been tracking the Echo's influence, investigating its potential, both for enlightenment and for protection." Protection, the word lingered, heavy with implication. "And what have you found?" I probed, aware that information was often a currency traded in whispers and innuendo. "Much," he replied, his eyes narrowing with a knowing gleam. "But more remains elusive. The Echo is a force unlike any other, and not all who seek it do so with pure intentions." His gaze held mine, a silent plea woven into his words. He knew of the dangers we had faced, the truths we had glimpsed, and there was something in his demeanor, a kinship born of shared understanding. "Why reach out to us?" Mal interjected, her skepticism a familiar companion. "Because your actions speak louder than any message," Zara answered, unflinching. "We've observed your journey, and we believe in bringing together those who seek balance." The offer dangled like a beacon, an alliance that could offer protection, resources, knowledge. Yet doubt lingered, a shadow in the periphery of thought. "We need time to consider," I said, careful not to betray the swirl of emotions within. "Of course," Zara conceded, his expression remaining open. "But know this, the Echo isn't done with you. The call you answered, it's as much a beginning as an end." With that, the transmission ended, leaving us adrift in contemplation. The Alliance of Shadows offered promise and peril in equal measure, a path fraught with potential alliances and betrayals. "What do you think, Kane?" Jensen asked, his body language betraying a mix of intrigue and caution. "I think their objectives might align with ours," I replied slowly, "but it's a risk. Trust is a rare commodity out here." Mal crossed her arms, her gaze contemplative. "But if what they say is true, we might not have the luxury of going it alone." The truth was irrefutable. The Echo's allure was a double-edged sword, drawing us towards destinies unknown, and the shadows had begun to lengthen across our path. We spent the next few days in deliberation, the flotilla a constant presence on the periphery. The quiet of space was our only witness as we weighed our choices against the backdrop of the stars. Eventually, it was a unanimous decision. We invited Zara aboard, the air tense with the promise of something new. As he stepped onto the deck of the Nightfall's Edge, his presence was both calming and unsettling. He spoke with conviction, laying out the potential of their alliance, a network of like-minded explorers and scholars, a fellowship dedicated to unraveling the mysteries of the cosmos. "And the Echo?" I asked, cutting to the core of our shared interest. It's our shared destiny, Zara stated, his gaze unwavering. Together, we might unlock its secrets and protect them from those who would misuse them. In his words, I saw the reflection of our own mission, a parallel journey of discovery and survival. The choice was clear: to forge ahead with allies, to seek understanding not in isolation, but in the company of those who shared our vision. As we formalized our newfound partnership, the echo's melody whispered through the ship, a reminder of the path we had chosen, a path lit by the flickering flames of ambition and the undying mystery of the stars. Together, we would face whatever awaited, our allegiance bound by the shadows on the horizon and the promise of the infinite. Part 8, Veil of the Veilborn Asterisk. In the weeks that followed our alliance with the shadows, the Nightfall's edge became a hub of activity. The flotilla drifted through the velvet dark of space, stars slipping past like whispers of forgotten dreams. Discussions echoed through the ship, ideas exchanged with fervor and urgency as our newfound partners shared their insights into the echo's grandeur and peril. It was during one such exchange that Zara revealed a startling new lead. "We've intercepted unusual energy patterns," he told us, his eyes aglow with both intrigue and caution. "A frequency that resonates in harmony with the echo but distinct, a signature we've never seen before." Jensen leaned over the console, his interest piqued. "Are you saying there might be another echo, or something else entirely?" "Perhaps," Zara replied thoughtfully, "but more likely it's a fragment, a piece of the whole hidden away. From what we can tell, it lies within a nebula shrouded from normal sensors." This fragment was a siren's call, drawing us with the promise of untold discoveries and dangers. The decision to investigate was unanimous, curiosity intertwining with caution as we calibrated our instruments and plotted a course deep into the nebula. As we approached, the nebula unfurled before us, its gaseous tendrils glowing with a spectral luminescence, pinks, greens, and deep blues swirling like a cosmic ballet. Within its heart, the energy patterns pulsed, a beacon hiding within the vibrant chaos. The transition into the nebula was like stepping into another world. The ship felt buoyant, the usual weight of space replaced by a strange lightness as the vibrant clouds enveloped us, their whispers brushing against the hull like the breath of forgotten deities. "It's like flying through a kaleidoscope," Mal murmured, her voice reverent. But beauty belied the nebula's dangers. Our sensors flickered with interference, the ship systems struggling against the gaseous tides that aimed to disorient and disable. "Hold it steady, Kane," Jensen advised, his fingers dancing across the ship's controls, attempting to stabilize the erratic readings. We pressed deeper, the nebula's core drawing us in with a gravitational pull that defied logic. And there, at its center, lay something extraordinary, a structure akin to the one we had previously encountered, yet distinct, its form almost organic, as if it had grown over eons. As we docked, an unsettling feeling washed over me. The air was charged, a tension that hummed just below the surface. This place was not abandoned, it was alive. "Something's different here," Mal observed, echoing my unease. Her gaze swept the corridors as we entered, the walls lined with bioluminescent patterns that shifted in response to our presence. We moved carefully, the soft glow illuminating our path with an otherworldly sheen. At the structure's heart, we found the source of the readings, a crystalline core, its surface adorned with intricate patterns that seemed to pulse in time with the echo's melody. But it wasn't the core alone that held our attention. Creatures emerged from the shadows, their forms ethereal and translucent, like echoes of light given shape. They moved with a fluid grace, observing us with eyes that shimmered with intelligence. Jensen's jaw dropped, an incredulous smile curling at the edges. "Meet the locals," he quipped, all mingling with his usual sardonic flair. These were the Veilborn, guardians of the nebula and its secrets, a species rumored in hushed tales but never seen, until now. Their presence was the missing piece of the puzzle, their connection to the echo unmistakable. One of the Veilborn stepped forward, its voice a harmonious blend of sound and thought that resonated within our minds. "Travelers of stars," it conveyed, an echo of light in the air. "Why do you seek the heart of the veil?" "We're here to understand," I replied, sensing the importance of the moment. "To learn about the echo and what it means for all who live under its influence." The Veilborn considered, their collective consciousness weaving through the fabric of the nebula. "The echo is life and death," they imparted, a solemn truth carried on their words. "It binds us, speaks to the soul of creation, but it is threatened by those who would wield it for their own ends." Their warning was clear, a reminder of the delicate balance we faced. The echo's allure was not just knowledge, it was power, a force that could reshape galaxies. "What can we do?" Mal asked, her sincerity evident in her tone. "Guardianship," the Veilborn replied. "To protect the echo, one must understand it, share in its wisdom, become its ally, not its master." In that moment, I understood our role. We were not just explorers, we were custodians of a legacy, entrusted to ensure its survival and integrity. As we returned to the Nightfall's edge, the Veilborn watched, their luminescent forms blending into the neb. Ula's embrace. The fragment's core pulsed one final time, a silent vow of trust between our species. The journey back through the nebula was uneventful, the ship gliding with newfound purpose. The echo's mysteries no longer felt insurmountable, they were challenges to be met with courage and wisdom. Back within the flotilla, Zara awaited, his expression one of curiosity and anticipation. "Did you find what you sought?" he asked, the question holding layers of meaning. "We found more than we could have hoped," I replied, conviction settling within me. The echo was a reflection of the universe's deepest truths, and now, with allies old and new, we stood ready to face whatever lay ahead. As the stars wheeled overhead, their light a tapestry of endless possibilities, we knew our place within the grand design. Together, we would guard the echo's legacy, ensuring it remained a beacon of hope and discovery in a universe of infinite horizons. Part 9: The Convergence of Shadows. As the Nightfall's edge glided back into the embrace of the flotilla, the weight of our discoveries lingered, a heady mix of revelation and responsibility. The stars, steady companions against the vast expanse, shimmered with the promise of untold stories, their silent symphony urging us onward. Zara convened us in the common area of his flagship, the other members of the Alliance gathering in a circle radiating with curiosity and anticipation. The room hummed with energy, the air charged by the collective potential of our unified purpose. "Welcome back, travelers. What news do you bring from the nebula?" Zara's inquiry was both simple and profound, a question layered with expectation. I stepped forward, feeling the collective gaze upon me. "The echo is more than we imagined," I began, the memory of the Veilborn vivid in my mind. "It is a guardian of balance, a force that both creates and preserves." The room fell silent, the truth of my words resonating with those who had encountered the echo's mysteries in their own journeys. As I shared our encounter with the Veilborn, a ripple of awe moved through our audience, the gravity of our mission settling over us. Suddenly, a deep rumble vibrated through the ship, the metal beneath our feet groaning in protest. Alarms blared, filling the air with urgency as crew members scrambled to their stations. "What's happening?" Mal shouted, her instincts sharp and poised for action. Jensen's fingers flew across the console, his expression tightening with concern. "We've got incoming, a fleet unregistered and armed to the teeth." "The Echo's enemies," Zara said grimly, his earlier demeanor shifting to one of resolve. "They've come to claim what they cannot understand." The flotilla sprang to life around us, ships maneuvering into defensive formations. The gathering had become a rallying point, a bastion against the encroaching threat. I felt the pulse of our unity, a shared oath to protect the legacy of the Echo. "Prepare for engagement," I ordered, the crew of the Asterisk Nightfall's edge falling into practiced coordination. The Echo had chosen us, and we would not falter. As the enemy fleet emerged from the starlit void, I caught my first glimpse of them, sleek, predatory vessels, their hulls bristling with weaponry. They moved with calculated intent, a wave of darkness seeking to extinguish the light of discovery. The battle unfolded like a dance, our ships weaving through the onslaught with deft precision. Blasts of energy crackled through space, illuminating the void in bursts of blue and gold. The enemy was relentless, but so were we, our determination emboldened by the stakes. "Shields at 60%, Jensen called out, his voice steady despite the intensity of the conflict. "Focus on their flanks," I directed, my mind attuned to the ebb and flow of the fight. Zara's flagship led the charge, its weapons singing with the power of justice as it engaged the enemy head-on. The Alliance fought with a fervor born of conviction, each ship a testament to the strength found in unity. Amidst the chaos, a single enemy vessel broke through our defenses, hurtling toward the heart of the flotilla. Its intention was clear, a direct assault on our command center, the nerve of our operation. "Mal, take the helm," I commanded, my decision quick and unfaltering. "We're intercepting that ship." With deft maneuvering, the Nightfall's edge veered into the path of the intruder, our engines roaring with defiance. As we closed the distance, I could see the enemy's bridge, a glimpse of those who sought to unravel the Echo's secrets for their own ends. "Lock weapons," I said, my voice a thread of steel. The ship's cannons erupted with energy, a volley of light striking true. The enemy vessel shuddered, its trajectory wavering under the impact. "Direct hit," Jensen confirmed, his satisfaction tempered by the gravity of our situation. But the enemy was not defeated. With a final burst of speed, their ship careened toward us, a kamikaze intent on mutual destruction. The collision was inevitable, a shuddering impact that sent shivers through the hull and cascades of sparks through the air. Amidst the chaos, I caught a glimpse of a familiar silhouette, one of the Veilborn, appearing in the space before us as if summoned by the Echo itself. Its luminescent form was ethereal, a beacon of hope and renewal. In that moment, time seemed to slow, the battlefield subsumed in a cocoon of silence. The Veilborn extended its light, enveloping us in a protective halo that repelled the enemy's final gambit, dissipating their assault into harmless energy. As reality snapped back into focus, the enemy vessel disintegrated, its threat extinguished by the Echo's mysterious guardians. The battle was won, but the message was clear. The Echo was not a prize to be claimed, but a wisdom to be revered. The flotilla reassembled, the alliance of shadows standing. Strong against the void, our unity had been tested and proven, our allegiance a testament to the power of cooperation. Zara approached, his eyes filled with gratitude and understanding. "You have the Echo's favor," he said, his words a solemn vow, "and with it we shall ensure its legacy endures." As the stars resumed their silent vigil overhead, I felt the tug of the echo's melody, a reminder of the vastness yet untold, the stories waiting to unfold. Together, we turned our gaze to the horizon, the promise of the infinite calling us forward. In the dance of shadows and stars, we had found our place, not just as seekers of the echo, but as stewards of the very essence of the universe. Our journey was far from over, but as long as the echo sang, we would be there to listen, to learn, and to protect. Part 10: The Harmonic Nexus. In the aftermath of the battle, the void had returned to its familiar, serene vastness. Yet the silence that stretched around our flotilla was not one of ending, but of a momentary pause, a heartbeat of calm before the universe exhaled again. The Nightfall's edge cruised alongside its newfound allies, the alliance of shadows, the stars above a tapestry of infinite stories waiting to be told. It was amidst this quiet reflection that Jensen received an unexpected signal, one that crackled through the static with an almost musical clarity. "Captain, you might want to hear this," he announced, his voice tinged with wonder. I leaned in, listening as the vessel resonated with a melody unlike any we'd encountered. A harmonious blending of celestial notes and ancient echoes, as if the cosmos itself were composed of symphonic spheres, each resonating to tell its own tale. "What is it?" Mal asked, captivated by the ethereal sound. "The harmonic nexus," Zara answered, stepping into the room as if drawn by the song. "It's rare, a phenomenon few have experienced, a place where the boundaries of reality blur and time and space perform an eternal dance." The Nexus, an elusive legend whispered by navigators and dreamers alike, said to be a confluence of energies, a crossroad of dimensions humming with the universe's deepest truths. "We can't ignore this," I said, the decision immediate. "The Nexus could hold insights into the Echo allies even we haven't yet imagined." The flotilla altered course, the ships converging towards the point where the harmony was strongest. As we drew closer, the melody deepened, a siren's call guiding us through the darkness, promising wisdom beyond measure. When we arrived, the sight was beyond imagination, a swirling maelstrom of light and shadow, colors that defied description flowing in a dance of perfect symmetry. It was as if the universe had torn open, revealing its pulsing heart, a kaleidoscope of energy and possibility. As the asterisk Nightfall's edge entered the Nexus, the ship seemed to respond to the resonance, its systems aligning with the celestial symphony. The instruments we had come to rely on flickered with new patterns, measurements unlike any we'd taken before. "It's beautiful," Mal breathed, her voice barely a whisper. The Nexus was a realm of pure potential, a place where reality's laws were mere suggestions, and within its embrace, time unfurled like a flower opening to the sun. "Look at this," Jensen said, gesturing to the readings cascading across his console. "This data, it's like the universe is speaking directly to us." Zara stepped forward, his eyes reflecting the luminous spectacle outside. "The Nexus can reveal what was hidden, connect what was lost. It is a bridge, perhaps even a gateway." It was then that the Nexus revealed its gift. In the ship's hold, the artifact we had recovered from the Veilborn began to pulse, its glow intensifying, casting intricate patterns of light. It was as if the Nexus had recognized a kindred spirit, and the artifact sang in response, a duet of cosmic proportions. "Captain, the artifact's connecting to the Nexus," Jensen exclaimed, his fingers flying over the controls in an attempt to interpret the unfolding miracle. As the resonance deepened, the Nexus shifted, revealing glimpses of distant worlds, timelines flickering past like a deck of cards shuffled by celestial hands. In that vision, we saw the veil-born, the echo, and countless histories intertwined, a tapestry of existence woven through the echo's rhythm. "We're seeing everything," Mal said, awe-stricken. "It's like the Nexus is showing us the history of the universe." And then amidst the revelations, a presence, a consciousness reached out from the ether, a voice made of starlight and shadows. "Travelers, you stand at the confluence of creation. The echo is but a reflection of the song that binds all worlds." The voice was neither threatening nor benign, but ancient and wise, the Nexus itself speaking through the resonance. "We seek to understand the echo," I replied, feeling the weight of the moment, "to protect its legacy and learn from its wisdom." "Our destinies are linked," the Nexus intoned, its voice a gentle melody. "For the echo and the Nexus are one, the past, present, and future eternally intertwined." The vision shifted, showing us a path, a luminous thread woven through the stars, a journey yet untraveled, leading to a place of ultimate convergence. And then, as quickly as it had begun, the vision faded, the Nexus releasing its grasp as we emerged from its embrace, the melody lingering like an echo of a dream. The return to reality was gentle, the flotilla reassembling in the wake of the experience. The revelation had been profound, the future now a shimmering horizon full of possibility. "We've been granted a gift," Zara said, his voice filled with reverence. "A glimpse of what could be. Our path is clearer now." As the ships prepared to navigate the course set by the Nexus, I felt a deep sense of purpose. We were explorers, yes, but more, guardians of a cosmic legacy, emissaries of the echo and the harmonic thread that bound all creation. Together with allies both new and ancient, we would journey toward the convergence, the call of the infinite guiding us forward. The universe awaited, a vast symphony of light and shadow, and as long as the echo sang, we would be there to listen, to learn, and to find our place within the eternal melody.